Hello, everyone. Welcome to a scene for Darkness in Dublin, the vampire venue. In this scene, Fleur has received a phone call from Monique, one of her clanmates, with a request to meet at the clan's restaurant in an hour, and she'll take that hour to get ready and stuff like that. She'll show up in true Toreador fashion, but not fashionably late though. Um, and yeah, so she will arrive at the appointed time. And what is Monique doing as she's waiting for Fleur to arrive?
Well, she pretty much made sure that her sire will not be at the restaurant during this meeting. So she pretty much sent him on his way to attend with some other business for good reason. He was very agreeable and understanding of, her reasoning. And then she just waits in anticipation. She was given enough time for her to catch up with Fleur and, explain all the situation to her before Mr. Duveau arrives. So that's what we'll be doing at first.
So yeah, Fleur will arrive and find her, and we'll sit down across from her. We'll greet her. How are you this evening?
I'm actually very okay. I'm glad to see you. It's been some time.
It has been. I apologize for that.
Oh, you don't need to apologize. I understand that your position might be keeping you very busy. And besides, I believe that it's better that you did not attend the Last Elysium. There were some incidents, as you may have heard.
I did hear, but I have not received all of the details.
Well, I can give you the details. Perhaps we should speak in the office in the back for a moment.
She will nod and,
So we walk back to the office.
yes.
So, what have you heard so I can, give you the details of what actually happened there?
Well, that there was something of an altercation, and that location is no longer usable.
Yeah, that would be the short version of it. Apparently, a red lister, which is a former Tremere infernalist or some sort like that.
Her eyes go a little wide, like, whoa.
Yeah, yeah, you can imagine. It was utterly horrifying. But anyway, he decided to show up there. Well, not he, it. Apparently, it's not a person anymore. It's an entity, or from what I'm understanding, at least. I'm not 100% sure on that. So it decided to make an appearance there. At first, it was spying and created a mess. Like, I don't know, it opened a portal to hell or something like that. I do not understand much of the Tremere thing, but many are there trying to contain the situation and keep the area safe. Well, suffice to say that during this altercation, my very expensive custom tailored dress suffered a very unfortunate accident. And, and a
Mm.
somber gentleman, Mr. Laveau, offered me his coat. That coat is utterly hideous. I burned it. But in any case, I have purchased a replacement for him and I have invited him here so he can receive it. And
She
yes, I did say La Sombra.
she will nod. They are more like our kind than they would like to admit.
Yeah, but there is this mistrust. I mean, right before this whole situation went down, the prince pretty much offered anyone who had any doubts about where his loyalties lie to just kill him on the spot. That was quite interesting.
I can
Anyway,
imagine.
yeah,
Yes.
that didn't happen. So, in any case, what I would like to do, I have actually discussed about this, is to offer him a way, in a sense, to prove himself. And I believe we are the perfect party to do that. To present ourselves as neutral and friendly, but with caution, because I don't know, he could always be a spy, or he could always be Sabat. I don't know. He
We
doesn't
sh-
appear so.
we should keep him close, keep an eye on him, and then when the time comes, give him our endorsement.
Well, yes, it will take a bit of work, however. Like, I actually made certain that both Mr. Beaumont and my sire are not attending, so that we don't appear as threatening to the gentleman.
Well, no, of course, he would not
We
want to
do
be
want,
approached by several Toreador at once.
or
Of
the ones that are, you know, the more menacing ones. However,
course.
your position as leader of the clan is a bit more diplomatic. So I think you're perfect for the situation. By
She
the way,
smiles.
let me show you the replacement code. It's absolutely marvelous. It's pure cashmere. Like,
She
touch it.
nods excitedly, like, yes, yes, show me the coat.
Like, I'll open the closet that it's in the office and take out a big suit bag and zip it down a little bit so you can see. It's Burberry, of course. Cashmere, very high quality, very pricey.
Oh yeah. She will uh very delicately run her fingers over the coat and just like seems to be mesmerized by it for a moment. Very good.
I believe it's going to be the best kind of fabric he ever touched, honestly.
Oh, I'm very certain of that.
In any case, I think we should go back to the lobby and wait for him.
Yes, we
Some
should.
introductions are in order, I believe.
Indeed. And she will lead her back out from the office to the greater body of the restaurant to wait for their new friend.
Always on time, if not a few minutes early. A few minutes being what between 5 and 10, maybe 15 minutes early. He'll turn up. He was invited by Clan Toreador after all, so he did probably buy something special for the occasion, something more, well, more um, classy than he used to. Although he always wear suits, it's normally just for show. But today, this is Clan Toreador. He wore something more special, more expensive, more to their taste at least. And so he'll show up in this suit, in his calm and well, yes, in his calm manner, and he'll well go in the room that is that is shown to him.
So I assume he's in the main hall of the restaurant,
Probably.
correct?
So, yeah, probably. I mean, if there's no one to tell him where to go, he'll probably wait in the main hall.
No, there's probably a hostess there. But I will spot him, nod him to approach.
He'll approach. Monique,
Mr.
glad to
Defoe,
see
nice to
you.
see you.
Glad to see
Allow
you
me to
too.
introduce you to my clan's primogen and a great artist, Miss Flanois.
She
Um, I see. Fame 3. So, okay. And what kind of music is Fleur and the Nightingales?
they are a blend of classical and heavy metal.
Oh, so yes, that is especially his style. He'll smile. Ah, I have heard of you. I have seen you, mainly on screen, but still. And he'll bow. A pleasure to see you.
She smiles, probably a bit wider smile than she would have before because she does like to be recognized. Uh, and she will nod to him. It is a pleasure to meet you. She has a blended accent of Irish and French.
Yeah, his accent is mostly French, and he'll say, "You must forgive me my somewhat lack of etiquette. I was brought up as a soldier. My etiquette was only brought to me once I was introduced into the unlife."
It's quite all right, and she will motion for him to have a seat. Please join us.
And he'll nod and follow them. On the way, he'll probably look to Monique and say, It is good to see you safe and sound. I hope it is the same case for your clan sister."
Yes, Dr. Green is actually handling it very well, and we don't see any after effects of the event. I hope you're doing well yourself.
I am doing well. I've met other members of our kind.
May I offer you some beverage? Are you able to ingest it?
What would be a French gentleman if he couldn't explore and delicate himself in the pleasures of a good wine, even if it is even if it is after his death.
In that case, I'll make sure you get the best. So, give me a moment. So she will excuse herself to go and fetch some wine and the coat. And the table they're sitting is pretty separate from the main room and from most people there, so they can speak freely pretty much.
While she's away, he'll probably look to Fleur. I expect you heard what happened at the Elysium.
Yes, Monique was giving me uh, the briefing on what had happened. It is most unfortunate that things happened the way that they did.
It is, and whatever was brought in that room, well, it's shadows and it is abyss, but it is not the abyss my clan brings forth. It is something completely different.
Mm,
I could know that much.
that is most curious. I may need to offer whatever help I can provide.
And did she tell you about the La Sombra gentleman? Well, Sombra Primogen that stayed had the unfortunate idea to stay longer than the rest of us did.
Did she tell her? I don't think so.
I think you were confusing. It's a Nosferatu primitive.
Oh, sorry. Yes, Nosferatu. My bad.
Oh,
Yeah, I didn't.
yeah.
I didn't really mention that.
Yeah.
She didn't mention that, right?
Nope.
Okay. She will shake her head. No, she didn't.
It seemed he had seen something in there when he came. He fell to the floor. His office skate wore off, or rather broke off. It didn't seem controlled. And he kept murmuring things that didn't make any sense. He was curled up in a fetal position and clearly in more fear than even our kind has ever seen before.
I may have to speak with him. It seems I may need to speak with all of our Primogen.
Indeed, and he'll nod.
And Monique is making her way back to the table holding this long suit bag. And the waiter behind her is bringing the wine. So the waiter will leave the wine and she'll just shoo him off.
Go away. I love it. Like it's like you're useful for the now. Now go away. So Toreador. I love it.
I mean, yeah. She will hold out the suit bag and give it to Ambroise. Well, your coat sadly did not survive our encounter, but I did have a replacement for you. I hope it's to your liking.
And Hellsmile did not survive our encounter. Whatever did you get up to after I left you? And he'll smirk.
Well, uh, let's not uh, go into details about that. However, please feel free to take a look at your replacement or even try it on. I believe you'll find it most exquisite. The quality is marvelous.
He'll open it. And he'll eyes will get big as he sees the coat. My oh my. This is truly beautiful. A gift of this kind given by the hands of a rose. It is truly an honor.
Well, how could I not? You were such a gentleman. That night I had to uh, return the favor, I suppose.
Fleur is
However,
just smiling, watching the exchange.
however, there are some matters that we need to discuss, and I believe that we have started in a very positive note here. However, that may not be the case for the rest of the people within the organization. So, I think this meeting will serve as a way to help you introduce yourself within the fold and even be able to prove yourself perhaps to those who are less inclined to trust you.
And he'll smile. Sorry, no one smile. He'll nod. Yes, well, Just a second. Yes, at that evening, the sheriff, but mostly this Markavan gentleman seemed more than ready to greet me to the final death.
Oh, well, you have to understand the situation. Fleur, would you please?
You are of, for lack of a better term, of the enemy sect. Your clan is notoriously Sabbat, and it is not a far-fetched assumption to assume that you would invade an Elysium to try and garner any sort of information or what have you to take back to the enemy.
It is a fair assumption. Most of my clan are, well, they like to refer themselves as the true Sabbat, but well, I have now grown to know that, well, they are the ones who are anti-tribute, and the few wise enough to remain the Camarilla and to not reveal themselves in the chaos and complete lack of anything close to humanity that is the Sabbat. Well, those are the anti-tribute, those are the crazy ones. Even if I must admit I was once, not so long ago actually, once a part of them.
And why did you decide to leave and come to this side?
At that, your face will grim. Just a sec, BRB.
Oh, okay. So Fleur will exchange a somewhat skeptical glance with Monique, like, not quite sure if we should trust him or not. His answer to the next question will definitely sway her one way or the other.
Well, Monique never said that they should trust him.
That's very true. Just keep an eye on him.
We are performing a service here.
That is true. We are.
We're pretty much reeling him in.
Yep. We're getting our hands on him first.
Can I be there?
No, you can't be there.
Wow! Rejection. Sad face.
I
Not
told
right
you
now.
You can't be there because you pose a threat. We're supposed to, but you can.
I'm a threat. Your clanmate is a threat. Okay.
You're the sheriff.
You're
Fucking
a
breaking
threat.
my heart here. Wow.
You're the fucking
You're
sheriff.
breaking up.
Stop, we talked about this, damn it! We talked about this.
Well, maybe he doesn't care about your bullshit. Maybe he just shows up anyway because fuck you, he's the sheriff.
No.
Nelson is back.
Hello.
Let's let Ambrose answer the question.
Anyways, he'll yeah. The smile, even if it is a slight one that he usually wears, will completely wipe off his face. He'll say, "My sire, the woman that, in our term, created me, the only woman the only being I ever fell in love with, did something worse that did something worse than, well, being turned into a pile of ash. Well, she did what she did to me. I wish I was staked. I wish I was brought to sunlight. It seemed like a gift compared to what she did to me. And yeah, there'll be a tear of blood that will come from his face. From the moment I became a child of the night, I always kept an eye on my, well, mortal family. I had a brother, you see. I had not married and I had not found myself a woman but my older brother did. And so besides all my nightly duties, my duties as a K-Knight, I kept an eye on my mortal family, on what they did, on who they became. I saw it as something more than something that kept me to this life, to this world. One day, as we had been in, well, Dublin for a few years now, many years, a descendant of mine, my great granddaughter, very young, well, she came to Dublin as holidays, as many of her age do. But my sire did not see this fit for me. It did not fit her liking, shall we say. She called to me one night, and I came. And more tears come as I stared at her, locked at her feet.
Floor raises an eyebrow and will hand over a like a handkerchief type thing for him to wipe his face.
He'll nod and take it. Thank you. Locked under her feet was Lucy.
Well,
The last remaining. Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I hope we're not stirring feelings that are unpleasant for you. We're just trying to establish, your place within the world at the moment. So please continue.
She crushed her face. She burned her. She tortured her while she had me chained up, while she held me and made me watch. She couldn't stand me having anyone else in my life but her. She tortured my poor Lucy in front of me. And told me it was the price I would pay for for attempting to have anyone else in my life but her and my back. She tore what little I had left of, well, humanity and crushed it.
Floor
This made me want to ruin not only her, but and everything she ever dealt in, and that, well, of course, is in great deal the spot.
So I have this question. Is your how should I say this? Is your decision to join the Camarilla based on seeking revenge of what happened to you, or based in actually wanting something more structured, something more, uh, I guess, less chaotic than what you had? I mean, we need to have assurances of your loyalty here. I'm willing to uh, give a good word to my sire as well as to the sheriff, so he can give you the chances you need. However, I need to be 100% certain, and the people
Yes,
who
are
work with me as well,
yes, are
that
you in the Camarilla just out of spite, and are you planning on going back to the Sabbat at some point once your revenge is had?
Oh no, that was enough to teach me that the Sabbat have nothing I want, nothing I desire. Once my revenge is had, I will most probably stay with the Camarilla. After all, the ones who remain independent have limited territory they can travel to. Their Nox, well, maybe they could get themselves more organized, and they have at least brought the party that rescued me. But no, the Camarilla, they, well, you guys are organized. You guys have order. You guys have, well, you guys have everything the Sabbat doesn't have. Somewhat of a what, somewhat of what is close to sympathy. Most of you, from what I have heard, but no, the Camarilla. I joined the Camarilla not only out of spite. Well, maybe that was my first thought, but no, looking into the Camarilla, you have a lot to bring forth. You guys are not only the winning side, you are the organized side.
Fleur will hold a finger up and she will say, okay, first things first. Long-winded responses bore people. When you are asked a question, answer with short answers unless you are asked to elaborate.
And he'll simply nod.
So the short version is no, you aren't going back.
Many would question this, I guess, but I guess I was
Well,
wanting
whoever
to.
questions it, then you can give your answer. I am somewhat satisfied. I can see it on your face that you mean what you say.
And he'll nod.
So, Fleur, are we in agreement here regarding Mr. Lebeau? Will we be able to offer him the opportunities that we spoke of?
Yes, I'm willing to give him a chance.
All right. I won't lie to you, Ambroise. It will take work on your part, probably a lot of work. However, I am more than willing to put in a good word, both to my sire and to the sheriff, and I expect that you will receive word from the sheriff with many opportunities to prove yourself within the organization. That's what we can offer as the clan Toreador for the moment, as a gesture of goodwill.
Oh Lord, of course, everything worth having is worth working for.
Fleur will nod in agreement. And it is settled. We will contact you when we have things for you.
In the meantime, I would suggest you to lay somewhat low when it comes to other clans that might be more skeptical to your situation. And as soon as we have something, you will certainly be contacted. Now, please enjoy your wine, and I will join you again shortly. I have some business to attend to. And she will walk away to the office for bed. You can talk with each other, or I can do a phone call to the sheriff. Whatever you want to do.
Um, if you want to go make the phone call, I'm good. Or if you, I'm good with it. Not.
So we could just say that some time passes and they drink wine and make small talk, and then Ambrose will leave.
Probably, yeah.
I think I should do the phone call first in that case, so I would be able to,
Yep, that's fine.
then say goodnight and whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Go ahead.
I will go in the office and I will call my dear sheriff.
Francis's phone rings, and it is a few seconds before he picks up, and when he does, he'll say, "Ah, Miss Corbet, what can I do for you this evening?"
Well, I do have a report for you. I believe that the fish has taken the bait.
Oh, fascinating. Do tell.
Well, we had a chat, Fleur and myself, with the La Sombre gentleman, and we have reached an agreement that for now we will offer him a chance to prove himself and perhaps work for us. So, if you do have some tasks for him, the foundations are laid and you can go in.
Interesting. Well, I think you'll find that I have no shortage of things for him to do.
Be nice, however. We don't want to scare him off. I believe
As if
he's
I'm
a
ever so unpleasant.
well, not to me in any case, but I haven't been in your bud's side. So, yeah, I believe he's going to be an asset for us in the future.
Well, saves having to off him later, I guess.
In any case, I shall leave you. I have to return to the table. It would be absolutely very rude of me to not be there while he departs. So, I shall
I mean,
speak
if there's
to you
anyone you can afford to be rude to.
again. Well, we're trying to establish some sort of uh, ground here. I can't go and ruin it from the first day.
Yes, but over speaking with one such as myself, you wound me, Monique.
I'll mend you later. Do not worry.
I'll be sure to remind you. Have a fun evening.
And you as well. We'll speak later. And she will hang up and swiftly return to the table. How do you like your wine, Mr. Laval?
I forgot I was muted. Most exquisite.
Only the best for our fellow Frenchman.
Okay, hold on. Probably nod at them. Thank you. I suspect you're. Oh no, wait. She didn't say it was to the chef, so she'll just nod. Do you need me more tonight?
I mean,
Fleur will look to Monique.
you can stay and enjoy your wine. I don't believe we have any immediate tasks that need doing. We're just sitting around. If you have any prior engagement, please do not feel obligated to remain here if that's the case.
Yes,
He'll look to
indeed.
his
You may stay and enjoy our hospitality, or if you have other things to attend to, you are free to go.
He'll look to his glass. Well, the hospitality of Clan Toreador is not something one should ever turn down. And, well, with wine of this taste in my glass, I believe I will stay at least until this glass is empty. I might do have an interesting question for both of you. OC, does Monique also have an accent?
Oh yeah, French accent, but
Okay.
I get
I think it's established that
Yeah.
we're all like
French.
we can.
Yeah.
I imagine that we've probably been speaking French this entire
Yeah,
time because it
yeah.
would have been easier for most of us. So.
Yeah,
Well,
Clan Toreador is overwhelmingly
With
French.
French.
yeah.
Yeah, Fleur is from Ireland, but she moved to Paris, and that's where she went to school and became embraced. And so she had been in Paris for the last 30 years. So she's very, very fluent French.
And Nick is clearly born and bred.
So yeah, that was pretty much going to be his question. He'll ask them where they were from, where they were before they came to Dublin.
Yeah, so Fleur will say, well, I'm actually from here. I was born here. And I moved to Paris for university when I was 17, 18. And that's where I was gifted my eternal life and spent the last several decades there. She doesn't like to give her actual age. She just likes to hint at it. And I was a harpy in Paris. It's where I formed my band. We've been on tours. Wanted to come here and lay low, take some personal time, work on independent projects before becoming busy again. So I'm focusing more on my unlife side of things now.
Of course. Your music, by the way, is very appreciated. It is to my taste.
She'll nod. I am glad for that.
What about you, Monique?
As for myself, I was born and raised in Paris. Studied in Paris. Well, did some extra in Italy, I suppose, but I don't know if that counts. But it has been most of my life spent in Paris, and my own life has been divided, to say.
I see. Oh, well, I was born in France myself. Lived all my actual life there, but then the Great War hit us, and we fought. But I fell during battle and was found by, well, a woman that I would greatly hate, as you know today. Oh, as you know, sorry, tonight, you'll say. Brought into the unlife and everything that comes with it. And then she brought me here, back when this city was still ruled by the wretched Sabat.
Fleur will nod. So you were here when the city was taken by the Camarilla.
Yes, once my side did what she did to me, I decided to turn my vest, and I helped your clan out on, well, the hideouts on where my sire was.
Well, this seems to please Fleur just a little bit more as she exchanges a glance with Monique. Like, that new information is definitely helpful.
Monique will nod to her.
It is strange, though, I have not seen anyone I fought alongside with to defeat the Sabat since I arrived.
She will nod. Good. So, Chris, did Francis want Fleur for anything?
He wanted to meet with her in a separate
Oh, okay.
event, so it can be a different
Alright.
thing.
Cool. Then I think with them, just talking some more and eventually parting ways, we can probably go ahead and end the scene. I don't think that there was anything else, was there?
I think we covered all the.
All right. So we will go ahead and end this scene. Thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.